There's a side of being a chosen one that almost no one talks about. People see the glow, the power, the breakthroughs, the sense of destiny, but rarely do they understand the cost. Being chosen means you carry a weight that isn't always visible to the world. It means walking a road that others cannot see and often cannot join. This isn't just about titles or spiritual language. It's about the unseen burdens, the secret sacrifices, and the hidden battles that shape you into who you're called to be. If you've ever wondered why your path feels heavier than others, this message is for you. Before we dive deep, I want to pause for a moment. If this message finds you at a time when you've been searching for answers, when you're tired of feeling misunderstood, isolated, or stretched beyond your limits, know that you're not here by accident. Subscribe to this channel right now so you don't miss the insights that will help you navigate your calling. And if you're reading or watching this at the very moment you needed it most, type 1111 in the comments section. It's not just a number, it's a declaration of alignment, a sign you're ready to receive the blessings meant for you. 1. Isolation that feels like exile. One of the first hidden prices of being a chosen one is isolation, and not the pleasant kind that people voluntarily take when they want to rest, but a deep involuntary separation that can feel like exile. People often imagine that those who carry a special calling are surrounded by support, admiration, and a cheering crowd. They picture gifted individuals as constantly uplifted by mentors, friends, or a community of like-minded souls. The reality is strikingly different. The higher your calling, the narrower your path becomes. The conversations you once enjoyed begin to feel hollow. Friends slowly drift away, not necessarily because of conflict, but because your frequency changes and no longer resonates with theirs. Familiar spaces that once gave you comfort now feel foreign, almost like walking through an old childhood home that no longer belongs to you. There may come a morning when you wake up and feel like you are standing in a wilderness, unseen, unsupported, and misunderstood. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. The wilderness is the classroom where your identity is refined, where the noise of the crowd is silenced so that you can finally hear your true voice and the voice of your calling. Yet it feels like exile, a silent, invisible exile that only those who are chosen ever experience. In this solitude, you are stripped of external validation and taught to draw strength from within. The loneliness that seems unbearable becomes the womb of your transformation. When you eventually emerge, you find that you are no longer seeking a crowd but carrying a message the crowd needs. 2. Carrying battles that aren't yours. Being chosen often means being sensitive to the struggles of others, and this sensitivity isn't just emotional, it's almost spiritual in nature. You don't merely sympathize, you absorb. You pick up energies, emotions, and even generational patterns that don't originate with you. It's as if life has assigned you the role of breaker of chains, and every unseen chain seems to rattle at your door. This can be profoundly exhausting because you may find yourself fighting internal wars, depression, anxiety, fear that seem disproportionate to your personal circumstances. People might look at your life from the outside and say, "You have nothing to be anxious about," or "You're so strong, why are you struggling?" They don't realize you're not just battling for yourself, you're clearing paths for those who come after you. Your tears may be watering the freedom of someone you will never meet. Few people understand this hidden weight because they're not called to carry it. Yet the work you do in silence, confronting inner darkness, breaking destructive cycles, praying, forgiving, rising again and again, sends ripples outward. It's like fighting an invisible war on behalf of a village that doesn't even know you're their soldier. This is why chosen ones sometimes feel so tired without having done anything obvious. The battle isn't visible, but it's very real. Over time you learn to guard your energy, to rest strategically, and to recognize which burdens are yours, and which are simply passing through you for healing. 3. Misunderstanding from those closest to you. Another hidden price is being misunderstood, especially by the people you love the most. This misunderstanding isn't about minor disagreements. It cuts to the core of your identity. Your dreams, your urgency, your standards, your hunger for growth may look too much to them. They might say, "You've changed," or "You're distant," or "You think you're better now," when in truth you're simply evolving into who you were always meant to be. Chosen ones often walk ahead of their time, carrying blueprints for futures that others can't yet see. Because of this, the people who knew you before may struggle to accept who you're becoming. This misunderstanding can hurt more than open opposition because it strikes at the heart of your relationships. It can make family gatherings awkward, friendships tense, and romantic relationships strained. You may find yourself questioning whether you should dim your light just to keep the peace. Yet this tension is also a sign that you're moving. Growth always creates distance before it creates impact. When a rocket launches, it leaves the launch pad behind. Not because the launch pad is bad, but because the rocket's trajectory demands it. In time, some will come to understand, others never will. But the misunderstanding itself becomes a refining fire, teaching you to stand firm in your identity without resentment. It compels you to communicate more clearly, to love without expectation of approval, and to walk your path even when it feels lonely. 4. Unseen spiritual warfare. There's also a level of unseen resistance that chosen ones encounter that can't easily be explained in purely natural terms. Doors that should open easily seem to jam for no reason. Opportunities vanish just before they manifest. Relationships that look promising suddenly fall apart. You may experience nights of intense heaviness, strange dreams, or an unexplainable sense of opposition pressing against you. This isn't superstition. It's the spiritual cost of moving into higher levels of influence and responsibility. The greater your light, the more you attract attention from forces that thrive in darkness. Think of a lighthouse on a stormy shore. Its beam draws ships to safety, but it also draws the rage of the storm itself. Understanding this reality doesn't make it easier, but it helps you prepare and stay grounded. You begin to develop practices of spiritual hygiene, prayer, meditation, boundaries, stillness, that act like armor. You learn that not every delay is a sign of failure, but sometimes a test of endurance. You realize that the intensity of opposition often correlates with the magnitude of your assignment, and though the warfare is unseen, your resilience becomes visible. You get back up after every setback, you move forward when the path seems blocked. You keep shining even when storms try to snuff you out. Over time, this unseen battle trains you to be unshakable, to recognize patterns of attack, and to respond not with panic, but with wisdom and patience. 5. Responsibility beyond your years. Being chosen rarely comes with a gentle timeline. There's almost no grace period to figure things out the way others might have. Many experience accelerated responsibility, whether it's taking care of family members, stepping into leadership roles, or developing an inner maturity at a young age that your peers can't relate to. You find yourself making decisions and carrying burdens that others your age don't even think about. This can be overwhelming, and if unacknowledged, can lead to burnout or even resentment. While your friends are experimenting, drifting, or taking their time, you're already acting as a stabilizing force for others. Yet this pressure, as heavy as it feels, is forging strength and wisdom that will later become your greatest asset. Like a tree forced to grow deep roots in a storm, you develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and emotional intelligence far ahead of your years. The cost is that your own needs can be overlooked by yourself and others. You have to learn to pace yourself, to rest without guilt, and to seek guidance so you're not carrying everything alone. Over time, this responsibility shapes you into someone who can handle extraordinary opportunities because you've already handled extraordinary burdens. It's a hidden price, but also a hidden preparation. 6. Outgrowing old environments. Another unseen cost is the pain of outgrowing spaces you once loved. Growth rarely announces itself with fanfare. It often sneaks in quietly until one day you realize the conversations that once excited you now drain you. The jokes that once made you laugh now seem shallow, and the places you once felt at home now feel too small. This isn't arrogance, it's growth. When you're called to a bigger stage, the backstage where you've been rehearsing begins to feel cramped. But growth always comes with grief, because leaving behind familiar environments can feel like losing a part of yourself. These are the rooms where you built memories, friendships, and parts of your identity. Yet, as you evolve, you sense that staying too long in an old space can suffocate your potential. The people around you may not understand and might accuse you of changing or forgetting where you came from. But leaving is not a betrayal. It's an act of obedience to your own becoming. Like a bird outgrowing its nest, you're compelled to stretch your wings. The discomfort of outgrowing old environments is a sign that you're ready to inhabit new ones. It's necessary to step into the next dimension of your calling, and though it's bittersweet, it's how you make room for new conversations, new mentors, and new opportunities that align with your higher purpose. 7. Higher standards that others resent. Chosen ones live under higher standards, not out of self-righteousness, but because their purpose demands it. You can't do what everyone else does. You can't cut corners, indulge every impulse, or compromise in areas that would derail your assignment. It's not about appearing holier than thou, it's about protecting the seed of your destiny. This discipline often provokes resentment from others who think you're acting better than them. They may tease you, criticize you, or exclude you, assuming you're trying to make them feel small. In reality, you're simply refusing to make yourself small. Living by higher standards means turning down opportunities that don't align with your values, saying no to short-term pleasures for long-term impact, and walking away from relationships or environments that endanger your growth. It means being intentional with your time, your words, and your energy. This can feel lonely because the crowd always prefers conformity to conviction. Yet every boundary you uphold becomes a wall protecting your assignment from sabotage. Over time, some people will see the fruit of your discipline and respect it. Others will always resent it. But the resentment of others is not a sign that you're wrong. It's evidence that you're set apart. Learning to bear this misunderstanding without bitterness is part of the cost of being chosen. 8. Delayed gratification and hidden seasons. Another price no one tells you about is delayed gratification. While others seem to enjoy quick wins, your victories often take longer. Your seasons of sowing can feel endless before you see any harvest. You may look at your peers and wonder why their paths look so smooth while yours feels like an uphill climb. It's tempting to believe you're being overlooked or punished, but in truth, your foundation is being built deeper and stronger. A shallow-rooted tree grows fast but falls easily. A deeply rooted tree takes longer to sprout but stands for decades. When your moment of manifestation arrives, it will last because it's been forged in patience. These hidden seasons also serve as a shield. They keep you from premature exposure that could damage you or your calling. They teach you humility, endurance, and skill, the unglamorous qualities that sustain success. In the waiting, you're being prepared not just for the promise, but for the weight of the promise. Delayed gratification can be frustrating, but it's also a sign that what you're carrying is too precious to be rushed. When your time comes, the world will think you came out of nowhere, but you'll know you've been in the hidden place growing roots. 9. The weight of being a model. Finally, being chosen means you become a silent model for others, sometimes unwillingly. People watch how you handle adversity, success, relationships, and even failure. They draw strength from your resilience, often without ever telling you. They may never say thank you, but they are learning from your example. This unseen expectation can feel heavy because you're not just living for yourself anymore. You're carrying a pattern others will follow. It can feel unfair, especially when you're struggling privately. You may want to collapse, to quit, to scream, yet something inside keeps you standing because you know eyes are on you. But this hidden price is also a hidden privilege. Influence is rarely announced. It's recognized later when someone says, "Watching you kept me going." The weight of being a model pushes you to greater integrity, to align your public and private life, and to cultivate strength even when it costs you comfort. It's the hidden price of leadership you didn't choose but were born into. Over time, you begin to accept that your journey is not just about you. Your scars become someone else's map. Your perseverance becomes someone else's permission to keep moving. That is the weight and the wonder of being chosen. If you've recognized yourself in these 9 hidden prices, understand this: you're not being punished, you're being prepared. The road may be narrow, but it's leading you somewhere others can't yet see. Stay faithful, stay grounded, stay hopeful. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this message arrived at just the right time for you, don't forget to subscribe and type 11 to 11 in the comment section as your sign of alignment and blessing. Your path may be costly, but your destiny is priceless. Thank you for watching.
Listen carefully, because it is no accident that you are here today, reading these exact words at this exact moment. You have made the best decision by stopping to receive this message, because nothing happens by chance when I am working in your life. I am the Almighty God, the one who creates paths where there seem to be none, the one who changes destinies in an instant, lifts the fallen from the dust, and restores what was lost to those who thought restoration was impossible. I have seen your tears, not just seen them, but collected them. Every single one. I watched you cry in your car before walking into work with a smile painted on your face. I saw you in the bathroom at 2:47 a.m., looking at yourself in the mirror, wondering if you still recognize the person staring back. I heard your silent prayers, the ones you whispered under your breath when everyone else thought you were fine. I watched your nights of worry when you questioned if I truly heard you, if I truly cared, if I was even paying attention to someone like you. Today I am here to tell you that yes, I hear you. Yes, I see you. And yes, I am here to respond. Those who wait on me will not be ashamed, for I renew the strength of the weary, rebuild what seemed broken beyond repair, and pour out blessings so great that you will not have enough room to contain them. Before you continue reading, I need you to do something right now. Type 777 in the comments below. This is not just a number. This is your signal to heaven that you are listening, that you are ready, that you are positioning yourself to receive what I am about to release. When you type those numbers, angels take notice. Doors begin to unlock. The atmosphere around your life begins to shift. Do it now before reading another word. My desire is to bless you and your family so abundantly that your story will no longer be the same. The testimony you will carry will be so powerful that others will ask you what changed, what happened. How did you go from that place to this place? But I do not only bring blessings today, I also bring a warning, and you must pay attention to both. I am a God of love. This is true. I am compassionate, patient, slow to anger, rich in mercy. But I am also a God of order and truth. I am a God of timing and seasons. And there are moments, specific moments, when heaven opens a window that will not remain open forever. This is one of those moments. If you do not stay attentive to my voice, if you do not honor this message I am giving you today, the path to miracles and supernatural provision will close before you. I am the one who opens doors, and I am the one who closes them. I say this to you clearly, with love but also with urgency. Do not ignore my word. What I have prepared for you is not just another message to scroll past, not something to save for later, not something to dismiss as just another video. This is divine instruction that will shape your future and that of your family. Watch carefully for what I am about to do, because when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will receive a financial miracle that will resolve what once seemed impossible. Let me be specific. This is not vague spiritual language. I am talking about actual money, actual resources, actual provision that will hit your account, arrive in your mailbox, come through a phone call you were not expecting. This miracle will not come through your strength, through your networking, through your contacts, or through human logic and planning. It will come directly from my hand, from heaven's treasury, from resources that do not depend on the economy, on your job security, on the stock market, or on any human system. I will open the heavens in your favor and show you that there are no limits for those who believe in me. This miracle will be so powerful that it will bring freedom to your home, not just covering your immediate bills, not just getting you through this month, but uprooting the very spirit of scarcity and stagnation that has followed you for years. Some of you have been in the same financial position for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. The numbers change slightly, but the struggle remains the same. That cycle breaks tomorrow. I am not a God who gives halfway. I am not a God who abandons his children in the middle of the journey. I am the God who completes what he starts and brings to fulfillment everything he has promised. Because of your faith, because of your dedication, because of your daily devotion, even when you felt like giving up, things will begin to shift in your favor in ways you have never experienced. What was stuck will start to flow like water breaking through a dam. What was closed will begin to open like flowers responding to sunlight. What seemed dead will come to life like Lazarus walking out of the tomb. I am sending a new wind over you, a fresh breeze that carries the scent of change, of breakthrough, of new beginnings. This is your time of glory, even if your eyes still see a desert when you look at your bank account. Even if your hands have not yet received everything you desire, I assure you that I am already working in what you cannot see, in the spiritual realm, in dimensions beyond your natural vision. I am moving mountains, opening treasuries, releasing resources, aligning circumstances. And soon you will witness it all come to life before your physical eyes. Do not lose heart, for I am never late. I do not fail, and I do not forget the promises I have made to you. Stay strong, keep praying, keep believing even when it seems impossible. For your faith is the key that will open heaven's storehouses for you. If you are still reading, comment, "I receive this" right now. This is your second checkpoint, your confirmation that you are not just reading words but activating spiritual laws. Your written declaration matters. When you type those words, you are creating agreement between heaven and earth. Do not ignore a single word of this message, because it may be your last chance to experience this miracle in its fullness. I do not say this to manipulate you or to create fear. I say it because timing matters in the kingdom. There are seasons when heaven is open, and there are seasons when heaven waits. Right now, the window is open. Tomorrow it might still be open, but I cannot promise you next week, next month, or next year. Hold tightly to my voice. Stay close to me, for I am your refuge, your strength, and the one who can change your life in an instant. I have done it before for others. Let me tell you what happened to people just like you who took this message seriously. Maria from Houston was 3 months behind on rent, eviction notice on her door, nowhere to turn. She read this message on a Tuesday night at 11 p.m. She typed 737. She commented, "I received this." She believed. Thursday morning, not Wednesday but Thursday, a check arrived in her mail from a class action lawsuit she had completely forgotten about. $8,400. Covered her back rent, first month forward, and left her with enough to breathe for the first time in a year. James from Philadelphia had been praying for a financial breakthrough for his business for 2 years. Sales were down, debt was up, he was considering bankruptcy. He watched this message while sitting in his empty store after closing. He typed 777. He activated his faith. Within 72 hours, not 71 and not 73, a corporate buyer reached out wanting to purchase his product line. Contract signed for $75,000 up front. His business is now thriving. Linda from Phoenix, single mother of 3, car broke down, no money to fix it. About to lose her job because she could not get to work. She saw this message, typed 777 through tears, declared, "I received this," even though her mind said it was foolish. The next morning her neighbor knocked on her door and said, "I had a dream last night that I was supposed to give you my old car. I just bought a new one and the old one is just sitting there. It's yours if you want it." She drove to work that day crying tears of gratitude. These are not made-up stories. These are real people who took real action and experienced real breakthrough because they honored the moment when heaven was speaking. Now listen closely to what I declare over your life today, because my words do not return empty, but they accomplish the purpose for which I send them. The time has come when you will see your deepest desires come true. I am the God who answers the prayers of those who love and trust in me. I have seen how long you have waited. Some of you have been waiting 3 years, some 5, some 10. Some have been waiting so long you stopped counting the years because counting made the pain worse. I have seen how deeply you have dreamed, the visions you saw late at night when sleep would not come, the possibilities that danced in your imagination before reality crushed them with its weight. I have seen how much you have cried out, how many times you lifted your hands in desperation, how many prayers you prayed that felt like they evaporated into empty air. And even though there were times you thought I had forgotten you, today I assure you that you were never out of my sight, not for 1 second, not for 1 moment. There is no place you can go where I am not already there. There is no situation you can fall into where my hand cannot reach you. Today I open before you doors of blessing that no one can shut. Not your past mistakes, not your current circumstances, not the people who said you would never amount to anything, not the enemy who has been fighting your breakthrough. When I open a door, it stays open. When I release a blessing, it cannot be recalled. When I speak a word over your life, it will come to pass. I am the one who makes a way when there seems to be none. I made a highway in the sea for my people when they were trapped between the army and the ocean. I am the one who makes springs appear in the desert. I turned bitter water sweet. I brought water from solid rock. I am the one who makes the seeds hidden in fertile soil bloom at the right time. Not too early to be destroyed by frost, not too late to miss the season. And now is that time. Now is when you will see the fruit of your prayers, your waiting, and your faith. I have not forgotten your deepest desires, even those you have not shared with anyone, even those you thought were too selfish to pray for, even those that seemed impossible or too great for someone like you. I have heard them all, every single one. And today I come to tell you that I take great pleasure in blessing you. It brings me joy to see my children prosper. It delights my heart to answer prayers. It satisfies something deep within my nature to prove my faithfulness to those who trust me. That is why I say to you, I allow you to rest. I give you permission to take time off, to enjoy the peace I promised, to stop striving and start receiving. Your strength has been wearing out. You have been running on empty for too long. Your heart has been burdened with weights you were never meant to carry alone. I am not a God who ignores the tiredness of my children. I see you trying to be strong when you are falling apart inside. I see you pushing through when every cell in your body is screaming for relief. I give rest to those who seek me. I renew those who feel weak. I lift up the fallen. Enjoy the good things in life. Every smile that crosses your face, every moment of joy that breaks through the heaviness, every deep breath that fills your lungs with clean air is a gift from me. Do not be afraid to rejoice, to smile, to enjoy life. You are worthy of every moment of happiness because you have walked in faith even when faith felt impossible. I also hear the cry of your heart for a new car. Some of you reading this right now need reliable transportation. You are tired of the breakdowns, the repairs that cost more than the car is worth, the anxiety every time you turn the key wondering if it will start. You need more than just a way to get from one place to another. You need a clear sign that I bless those who sincerely seek me. I have seen how you have longed to travel in comfort and safety, I know your thoughts when you look at others driving nice vehicles, and you feel a mixture of happiness for them and sadness for yourself. I want you to know that I do not overlook even the smallest details of your life. The car you drive matters to me because you matter to me. Today, I declare that the time has come for you to drive a vehicle that reflects your hard work, your dedication, and your trust in me. You will not see it just as a car, but as a sign that I hear even your quietest prayers. Feel the wind on your face as you drive toward the places you have always dreamed of going. Every mile you travel will remind you that I opened doors that were once closed, that I multiplied what you had, and that I honored your obedience and perseverance. For I am not a man who can lie, nor the son of man who needs to change his mind. What I say, I make happen. What I promise, I bring to pass. Numbers 23:19 says it clearly. God is not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man that he should change his mind. Has he said, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not fulfill it? In this new time I am giving you, every step you take, every journey you embark on, every path you walk will be a celebration of my faithfulness and my love for you. So do not doubt, do not fear, and do not think any of this is too much for you. I tell you, if you stay rooted in my word and keep my voice in your heart, I will ensure that you lack nothing. Just as today I speak to you of rest, provision, joy, and a new vehicle marking a new season in your life, know that this is just the beginning of what I am going to do. I am the one who speaks from the highest place, the one who holds the universe with the power of my word. Today I stretch my hands over your life to declare that a completely new time has begun. Before I continue, I need you to take 4 specific actions right now. These are not suggestions. These are instructions from heaven that will position you to receive everything I am releasing. First, hit the like button on this video. This is your spiritual signature, your way of saying, yes, I agree with this word over my life. Second, comment your name followed by the word activated. Write it exactly like this. Your name activated. This creates a written covenant between you and heaven. Third, subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. More messages are coming that are specifically for this season you are entering. Fourth, share this message with one person right now. Someone came to your mind while you were reading this. That is not coincidence. Their breakthrough is connected to your obedience to share. Complete all 4 actions before you continue reading. Heaven is watching to see if you will honor simple instructions before complex blessings are released. The cycle of scarcity and closed doors is ending, and a new cycle of abundance, honor, and eternal favor is beginning. For a long time you have walked with limitations. You have carried burdens that seem too heavy for one person to bear. You faced moments when everything around you felt like an endless desert, sand and heat as far as your eyes could see. No oasis, no shade, no relief. But I tell you that desert is about to bloom. I have decreed that from the dry ground will spring rivers of living water, and nothing and no one can stop what I have already set in motion. The tears you shed in secret, the words you never spoke out loud but that reached my throne, they have not been forgotten. Every cry has become a seed planted in heaven's garden, and now those seeds are starting to sprout. I am the one who multiplies the little, who turns weakness into strength, who makes the impossible happen right in front of witnesses so they cannot deny my power. Do not focus on what you lost. Do not rehearse the failures. Do not replay the disappointments. I am bringing something new, something greater than what you once had. My goal is to surprise you with the greatness of my works and show you that my faithfulness is unshakable even when everything else shakes. The time of restoration has arrived. I will restore what seemed lost forever. I will bring back what you thought would never return, and I will add even more than you imagine. The enemy tried to make you believe you were forgotten. He filled your mind with doubts and fears. He whispered that you are not important enough for God to notice, not faithful enough for God to help, not worthy enough for God to bless. But I say to you that nothing and no one can take you from my hand. Every force that has risen against you will fall. No weapon formed against you will succeed. Isaiah 54:17 confirms this. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. I am breaking down the walls that have kept you from moving forward. I am shattering the chains that have held you bound. Chains of debt, chains of addiction, chains of depression, chains of anxiety, chains of generational poverty, chains of shame from past mistakes. Every single chain is breaking right now as you read these words. You have walked through many questions, faced silences that felt endless, sat in rooms where the quiet was so loud it hurt your ears. But understand that every silence from me was for preparation. While you thought nothing was happening, I was organizing what you could not see. While you believed everything had stopped, I was laying down firm foundations so that what I give you now will stand strong through any storm. I am here to change the course of your story. What once caused you shame will become a reason for honor. What seemed like a loss will turn into a gain. What people used as ammunition against you, I will transform into a testimony that sets others free. I will make your voice heard far and wide. Your presence will be light in dark places. I do not light a lamp to hide it under a basket, but to make it shine so everyone in the house can see. I am placing a radiance upon you that comes not from you, but from me. That radiance will open doors, build trust, and bring recognition where you were once overlooked. The season you are entering is one of growth. You will not only see changes in your material life, in your finances, in your possessions, but also deep changes in your spiritual journey. Your faith will grow from a small seed to a mighty tree. Your vision will broaden from seeing just today to seeing generations ahead. Your understanding will be sharpened like a blade refined in fire. What you did not understand before will start to make sense. Pieces that seemed random will connect into a clear picture. I will give you the discernment you need to navigate what is coming. I will guide you step by step, and you will not walk in darkness or stumble in uncertainty. I will go before you like I went before my people in the wilderness, leading you as a pillar of fire by night so you can see where to go even in the darkest moments, leading you as a cloud by day to give you shade from the burning heat of life's pressures. I am opening doors to places you have never been, to opportunities you have never imagined, to paths that others thought were closed forever. You will walk through those doors and people will ask, "How did you get access to that?" And you will know it was not your resume, not your connections, not your credentials. It was my hand opening what no human could open. I will give you the ability to manage the new things I place in your hands. It will not feel like a burden, but a blessing that brings freedom and peace. It will not cause you worry, but joy. My provision does not come with sorrow. Proverbs 10:22 says it clearly. The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. It brings rest and joy and fulfillment. In the midst of everything I give, remember that the key to this new season is to keep your trust in me. Do not hold on to the past like someone clutching old photographs. Do not try to cling to what I have already left behind. Look ahead, for that is where I am unfolding the new. Do not retreat in fear when the blessing seems too big. Do not doubt because of what others say. I am the one who validates your path. I am the one who confirms your calling. I am the one who approves your promotion. I will lift you up in such a way that those who once saw you struggle will now witness your victory. Those who knew you in times of scarcity will now see your abundance. Those who saw you broken will now see your restoration. And when this happens, you will know for sure that my word never fails, that my promises are solid as rock, and that my faithfulness remains unchanged from generation to generation. Remember what is written in Isaiah 43:19, a verse I want you to write down and put where you will see it every day. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So it will be in your life. You will see paths where there were none. You will see provision where there was once emptiness. You will see fulfillment where only promises once waited. Today I confirm that everything I have spoken will not just be words floating in the air. You will see it come to life in your own experience, so clearly that there will be no room for doubt. The time is set, the season is here, and I will be your guarantee that the impossible becomes possible. Stand firm, for what has been declared from above will come down with power upon you. I am the one who establishes kingdoms and brings down powers. I am the one who brings life to what was dead and transforms ruins into beauty. Today, I declare a new time for you when all limitations will be left behind, and growth will be seen in every area of your life. It will not be small or slow progress. It will be a sudden display of my greatness in your life. Those who once mocked you will be quiet, for they will see with their own eyes the power I have shown in you. I have prepared places of peace for you where your feet will find rest. The path you once walked with exhaustion, you will now walk with joy, because my presence will give you strength and my spirit will guide you. You will not walk in fear, because where you place your foot, I will be with you. You will not fear scarcity, because in the middle of lack, I will open fountains of provision. You will not fear the future, for I am already there, preparing everything for your good. I am awakening talents in you that have been hidden, gifts that seem dormant but will now shine. You will rise with new wisdom, fresh ideas, and strategies that do not come from your own thinking, but from the inspiration I give you. This creativity will open doors you never imagined, and people will seek your advice because they will recognize that wisdom flows from you. Before we close, I want to count you into your new reality. Your breakthrough is not coming. It is here. Your miracle is not tomorrow. It is now. Close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath. Feel your lungs expand with the breath of life I gave you. Now exhale slowly, releasing every doubt, every fear, every limitation. Your transformation begins in 5. Heaven is releasing specific angels assigned to your breakthrough. 4. Financial miracles are manifesting in the spiritual realm, about to cross into the physical. 3. Doors are unlocking. Opportunities are aligning. Divine appointments are being scheduled. 2. Everything that tried to stop you is falling away like chains dropping to the ground. 1. Activated. It is done. The declaration is made. The blessing is released. The miracle is in motion. Heaven has moved on your behalf. Angels are working in ways you cannot see. Your enemies are confused about what to do next, because my favor on your life has shifted the entire landscape. Welcome to your new season. Welcome to your time of supernatural provision. Welcome to the chapter where everything changes. Do not forget what you committed to do. Like this video, comment your name and activate it. Subscribe with all notifications on. Share with one person. Your obedience positions you to receive. Watch what happens in the next 24 hours. Watch what happens in the next 72 hours. Watch what happens in the next 7 days. Notice the phone calls. Notice the checks in the mail. Notice the opportunities. Notice the open doors. Notice how things that seemed impossible are suddenly becoming possible. The best is yet to come. Your life will never be the same again. You have suffered enough. Your season of struggle is over. Your time of breakthrough is here. I have spoken it. Angels have heard it. Hell has been notified. Heaven has moved. This is not hopeful thinking. This is prophetic declaration. This is divine truth. This is what happens when the God of the universe decides to intervene in a human life and show his power in unmistakable ways. Your appointed time is now. Your financial miracle is released. Your provision is on the way. Your new season has begun. Receive it. Believe it. Walk in it. And watch me prove to you and everyone watching that I am still the God who does impossible things for ordinary people who dare to believe. Like, comment, subscribe, share. The rest is up to heaven, and heaven never fails. It is done.
My friend, there are moments in life when you look at yourself and wonder, Why me? Why would God choose someone like you, someone who's made mistakes, someone who's fallen, someone who sometimes struggles to believe they even deserve His love? But that's the beauty of divine selection. God never looks for the most perfect. He looks for the most willing. He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. You were chosen not because of what you've done, but because of who you are becoming through His grace. The very pain that made you doubt your worth is the same pain that prepared your spirit for purpose. If you're hearing this message right now, it's not by coincidence. It's divine timing. You've been seeking answers, signs, and reassurance, and this is one of them. You are chosen, not forgotten. You are seen, not overlooked. Before we go deeper into the 9 reasons why God handpicked you, take a moment to subscribe to this channel so you never miss messages that awaken your spirit and guide your purpose. And if this message reaches you at the exact moment you needed it most, type 1111 in the comments section. A divine confirmation that your alignment with God's plan has just been activated. 1. God saw purity in your heart, not perfection in your past. You looked at your flaws and saw failure. God looked at your heart and saw faith. The world often measures a person's value through outward perfection, accomplishments, or image. But heaven's standard is completely different. God isn't impressed by spotless records or polished performances. He looks for sincerity, for hearts that genuinely seek Him, even when they stumble. You may have fallen more times than you can count, yet every time you rose with a whisper of prayer, a quiet plea for mercy. That whisper carried more power than all the noise of self-righteousness. When you felt unworthy, He saw that you still cared. When guilt consumed you, He noticed that you still longed for His forgiveness. Even when you were surrounded by chaos, something in your spirit still reached for light. That spark, that fragile yet unbreakable thread of love for God, was what made you worthy. You were never chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because your heart remained tender in a world that hardened so many. Your sincerity is what heaven saw when others saw sin. Your humility is what drew grace when others saw guilt. God saw who you truly are beneath the layers of mistakes, a soul that never stopped loving Him, even in silence. 2. Your pain shaped the compassion that heaven needed on earth. Every tear you've cried was not wasted. Heaven counted them all. God allowed you to experience deep valleys not to break you, but to expand your heart. Pain was your teacher, shaping empathy that can't be learned through comfort. There are people walking this earth right now who need exactly the kind of love you now carry. A love born from understanding, from having walked through the fire and still choosing to care. You've learned to listen without judgment, because you know what it's like to be misunderstood. You've learned to comfort without needing to fix, because you remember what it felt like to just need someone to stay. Every wound that once made you question God has now become a window through which His mercy shines. You no longer look at your suffering as punishment, but as preparation, divine training for a higher purpose. When you sit beside someone who's hurting, and your presence brings calm, that's heaven moving through you. You are not defined by your pain, you are refined by it. Your empathy is divine currency. Every ounce of compassion you give out is a reflection of God's healing work within you. And when you love people gently, even after being hurt yourself, you are fulfilling a sacred mission. God saw that in you long before you understood it yourself. 3. You were chosen to break generational curses. the cycles that ran through your bloodline for decades, the patterns of fear, scarcity, addiction, trauma, and silence have found their challenger in you. You might have wondered why your path has been filled with such intense pressure, why you've had to face battles others never seem to fight. The truth is, you were chosen as the turning point. God trusted you with the kind of strength that shifts entire bloodlines. You are the one He equipped to confront what others avoided, to heal what others ignored, to forgive what others held on to. You're not weak for feeling weary. You're courageous for standing up against spiritual storms that didn't start with you, but are meant to end with you. Heaven looked down and saw that you had the heart, the resilience, and the faith to be the breaker, the one who would say, "No more." Every tear you've cried in frustration has watered the soil for generations after you to grow in peace. You're not carrying curses, you're carrying keys. You're unlocking freedom for your children, your family, and those who come after you. God saw you and said, "This one will not repeat, they will rebuild." Your pain has purpose. Your endurance is generational healing in motion, and every day you choose faith over fear, you rewrite the spiritual story of your lineage. 4. God knew you would stay humble even after being elevated. Before God places crowns, He tests hearts. You've been tested in small things, in unseen acts of integrity, in private moments when no one was watching. God gave you little to see how you'd handle much, and while others sought to be noticed, you chose to serve in silence. When people sought applause, you offered gratitude. That's why your rise has been slow, not because God forgot you, but because He's been building your roots. He knew that when He finally lifted you, you wouldn't lose yourself in the praise. You've tasted both lack and abundance, rejection and recognition, and yet your spirit stayed grounded. Heaven noticed how you gave credit, not to yourself, but to God. You remained teachable when you could have been prideful. You chose humility over attention. And that humility is what made heaven trust you. Promotion without pride is power with purpose. God delays nothing, He develops everything. Your blessings are not late, they're simply aligning with your maturity. The greater the humility, the higher the elevation. So when your time comes, and it will, remember that it was your quiet heart, not your loud achievements, that made you worthy of the throne God built for you. 5. You were the answer to someone's prayer. Somewhere, in a quiet room or a tearful moment, someone called out to God for help, and heaven responded by sending you. You might not have known it, but your presence, your words, and even your small acts of kindness were divinely orchestrated. You are walking proof that God answers prayers through people. Sometimes it's not about being a preacher or a prophet. Sometimes being a gentle listener, a comforting friend, or simply showing up is enough to shift someone's entire world. You carry healing energy without realizing it. Your laughter lifts burdens. Your silence brings peace. Your kindness reminds others that goodness still exists. You've touched hearts that never told you how much it meant. You've saved people from despair without knowing it. That's because your light was never about recognition. It was about mission. When you give love freely, when you forgive easily, when you speak encouragement to the broken, you are performing sacred work. Every chosen one is a divine response, a human vessel through which God says, "I hear you," and even when you doubt your worth, remember that your existence itself is a miracle designed to restore faith in others. You are living proof that God listens. Someone prayed for strength, and He sent them you. Someone prayed for love, and you showed up. You are not just part of God's plan. You are someone's answered prayer. 6. God saw you fighting battles in silence and still holding faith. While others saw your calmness, God saw your struggle. They saw smile. He saw the nights you cried into your pillow, whispering prayers that no one else could hear. They saw strength. He saw the trembling hands that still reached for Him despite the pain. You've carried storms that no one thanked you for enduring. You fought battles no one even knew existed. Yet through every wave of confusion, you kept your faith. That's what moved heaven. You didn't just survive, you worshipped in the dark. You didn't just endure, you trusted when there was no proof things would get better. And because of that, you built a testimony that angels admire. Your strength wasn't loud, it was sacred. It was the quiet I still believe when everything fell apart. God was never far, He was right beside you, watching, collecting your tears, turning them into seeds for your future. That unseen endurance made you different. You weren't chosen because life was easy. You were chosen because you proved faithful when life was unfair. You carried faith not as a banner to be seen, but as oxygen to keep breathing. Heaven rewards that kind of trust, the kind that doesn't need to see to believe. When God lifts you now, it will be public recognition for private faith. 7. You carry light that intimidates darkness. You've probably noticed how your presence shifts atmospheres. Some people feel peace around you, others feel exposed. That's because you carry a light that reveals truth, and not everyone is ready to face it. Your spirit carries divine clarity, and clarity can make others uncomfortable. You were never designed to blend in. Your purpose was to illuminate. That's why some misunderstood you, rejected you, or tried to dim your shine. But remember this, light doesn't apologize for shining. God didn't choose you to conform, He chose you to confront. Your energy carries a purity that darkness cannot imitate. You may not even realize how powerful your aura is, how your words pierce through confusion, how your silence convicts hearts, how your kindness exposes cruelty. That's divine light at work. You are not arrogant for being different. You are anointed. Every chosen one carries a frequency that darkness cannot stand. That's why spiritual attacks intensify when you rise, because you are disrupting old systems, shifting energies, and awakening sleeping souls. Never mistake rejection for lack of worth. It's just that your spirit vibrates too high for low-frequency spaces. Keep shining. Your light isn't just for you, it's for those still trapped in the dark, searching for the way home. 8. You were willing to grow when others gave up. Every chosen one faces seasons that break the average person. But not you. You've been tested, stretched, and refined, and yet you never gave up. When life gave you reasons to close your heart, you chose to keep it open. When betrayal tried to harden you, you chose compassion instead of bitterness. That's rare. Growth is painful. It means letting go of what's familiar, facing your own shadows, and allowing God to prune what no longer serves your purpose. You did that work. You faced your pain honestly. You learned the lesson instead of escaping it. You let old versions of yourself die so new strength could be born. And heaven noticed. Growth in the face of suffering is the signature of divine calling. You didn't stay stuck in your trauma, you turned it into wisdom. You didn't let the darkness define you, You let it refine you. God saw your persistence, your refusal to surrender your heart to cynicism, and said, "That's the one I can use." Because you kept going when others stopped, your harvest will be greater. You've earned spiritual authority not through ease, but through endurance. You are living proof that growth is the most beautiful form of worship. 9. You were chosen to reflect God's power through transformation. Look at your life now and compare it to who you once were. The transformation itself is a sermon. You are a living example of what divine grace can do. People who knew you before your awakening can't understand how you radiate peace now. They remember your mistakes, your weaknesses, your broken seasons, and yet here you are, wiser, calmer, stronger, and free. That's not coincidence, that's calling. God intentionally chose the unlikely, the imperfect, the overlooked, so that when His glory shines through you, no one can deny it. Your transformation silences doubters and strengthens believers. You didn't just change, you became evidence. You've turned your wounds into wisdom, your shame into testimony, your pain into power. You are no longer who you were because God rebuilt you from the inside out. And every time you tell your story, every time you love without fear, every time you walk in peace instead of pride, you are reflecting His power. The world looks at you and says, "There's no way they made it through that," and heaven smiles because that's exactly the point. You are walking proof that divine grace is real. You are the miracle others needed to see. Closing message. So, chosen one, stop doubting your worth. Stop questioning why God picked you. He saw something eternal in you long before the world saw anything special. You were never chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because your heart was